Welcome to Raw. So much buzz right now in the open mic universe about the People's Champ, The Rock. A little later in the show, we will get into what that means for the Bloodline, what that means for Fall Brawl, what that means for the WWE side of our universe. But kicking things off this week on Raw, it's going to be Ivy Nile and Bayley. There's a lot of buzz surrounding Ivy Nile as well. We saw her last week, and she attacked our WWE Women's Champion, Liv Morgan, as she was making her way to the ring for a match against Io Sky. That match did not take place, but what did was a brutal beating of our champion at the hands of Ivy Nile. We've seen from Ivy, and we talked about it last week as well, the raised intensity that we're seeing out of all the members of this new team angle. Chad Gable, the Creeds, Ivy Nile. Kurt Angle is trying to coach these men and women into being the next big champions, potentially in our universe. And Ivy not waiting for her turn. She's not waiting for her opportunity. She is trying to create an opportunity for herself. Bayley tapping out, but the tap out, no good on the outside of the ring. Ivy rolls Bayley over, goes for the cover. Ivy Nile picks up the win, and here is Liv Morgan, and she lays out Ivy Nile with the WWE Women's Championship. Wow. Next, it's Los Lotharios, Angel Garza, and Humberto. And they will be taking on our new WWE Tag Team Champions, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. If you missed SummerSlam and the emotional championship victory in the finals of the WWE Tag Team Tournament to crown new tag champions after the titles had been vacated. This journey has been going on for Kevin and Sami since the very beginning of our universe. For those of you that are new to the open mic universe, when we started this, we're in year 3. We did a draft. We split the roster between WWE and WCW. We vacated all the championships and held tournaments the first month of the universe, going into our very first pay-per-view, which was day 1, where we had the finals of every championship tournament to crown new champions. Kevin and Sami made it to the finals of the WCW Tag Team Tournament, only to lose to the LWO. And after that, anytime they had a tag championship opportunity, they just couldn't get over the hump, just couldn't come away with the victory. That led to a fracture of their friendship and their team. And these two went on to have probably the most heated rivalry in year 2 of our universe, only for them to get back together again, back here in WWE. And now, after all this time, they are finally tag team champions. Titles weren't on the line in this one, but the new champs pick up the win. Up next, it's the final match in our number 1 Contender Series involving the participants that will meet later this week on SmackDown in the number 1 contenders match, where the winner will go on to Fall Brawl and get a shot at Bobby Lashley and his WWE United States Championship. That match will be a triple threat match between Randy Orton, Braun Strowman, and Sheamus. Last week on Raw, we saw Orton defeat Sheamus. And then on SmackDown, Braun Strowman defeated Sheamus. And now here we get the final match, Orton and Strowman. And Strowman really having his way with Randy Orton here. All three of these guys really bring something unique to this triple threat match. Strowman with the strength and power, Sheamus, the fighter, and Randy Orton, the ability to strike when you least expect it. Moves out of the way, hits an RKO out of nowhere. Braun Strowman did not see that coming. And Randy Orton picks up the win here. We will see if this gives him any bit of extra momentum heading into SmackDown later this week. Next up, we've got the Raw debut return of CM Punk. We saw Punk last week on SmackDown. He confronted Logan Paul. Paul, who's been doing a lot of complaining lately, doesn't feel that he's been put in higher profile matches. Doesn't feel that he's been given opportunities at championships. And even something as simple as not feeling like he's being utilized on WWE programming. He picked up a win on SmackDown over Cameron Grimes. And then after his match, CM Punk would hit the ring and see if Logan would put his money where his mouth is. Paul here maybe playing a little bit of mind games back with Punk. And Logan Paul in the ring with a chair, and he hits CM Punk. The referee did not see it. And now Ricochet looking to try to capitalize. But Punk able to get his shoulder up, probably more out of instinct than anything, as he rolls out of the ring. Ricochet takes out Punk on the floor. Now rolls him back in. Ricochet with an elbow off the top rope. CM Punk not looking good here. And that's all thanks to Logan Paul. Ricochet again going for a cover. Only gets a 2. Keeping his foot on the gas, going for another one. Only a 1 there. Ricochet of old would not have appreciated the helping hand like he got from Logan Paul here tonight. But this is a new and not so improved Ricochet, kind of our equivalent of New Coke. As Ricochet will get the win, thanks in part to Logan Paul in that chair shot. And now Paul coming out here to rub it in Punk's face some more. My advice to Logan Paul, I would probably exit the arena immediately before you get the Jungle Boy treatment. Now it's main event time here on Raw. We're going to see our new WWE World Heavyweight Champion, Jimmy Uso. He will take on Tama Tonga. Tonga taking his sweet time getting into the ring here. Well, maybe not. I guess he had a change of heart, but there's the man, The Rock. He tosses Tama Tonga into the ring. We are going to have a main event here. Rock with a huge announcement last week on SmackDown. He challenged Roman Reigns and any other member of the Bloodline to a tag team match at Fall Brawl against himself and Jimmy Uso. He said he showed up at SummerSlam because he had seen enough from Roman Reigns, his leadership as the head of the table, the tribal chief of the Bloodline, and the damage that it has done to their family. Wait a minute, that's Tonga Loa. Tonga Loa appears to have been attacked backstage. And now his brother leaving the ring and heading to the back. What the hell happened to Tonga Loa? But let's be real. With everything that the Bloodline has done to this roster, I don't think they're going to get a whole lot of sympathy. But it's been a bad couple of months for the Bloodline. Everything that Jimmy did in the lead up to SummerSlam. Overcoming the tribal gauntlet. Now, The Rock is back. And he's looking to clean up tribal business, family business. But the Bloodline, a group that has been so dominant for so long, takes another huge hit here on Raw. Welcome to WCW Nitro. We're going to kick things off with the former WCW World Heavyweight Champion, Rey Mysterio, accompanied by his dirtbag son, Dirty Dom. He will take on main event Jey Uso. We saw last week Uso defeated Dom one-on-one. Rey was out there at ringside in his son's corner, maybe to try to throw Jey off. Didn't really impact the match in any way, but gotta think maybe the same this week with Dom on the outside. Did you know when you're dealing with the LWO, nothing is out of the realm of possibilities, as Dom grabs Jay's leg, and that gives his dad an opening to take advantage, and he does. Now Rey in the driver's seat. Dom removing that top turnbuckle pad. Splash off the top rope. LWO always about the numbers game. Looks like Jey there, able to turn the tide and sends Mysterio to the outside, and then he goes up and over the top rope, taking out Rey. Oh, Dom coming in and breaking up the count. Referee has thrown Dominic Mysterio out of here. Jey with another Uso splash, hooks the leg. And that is going to do it. Jey Uso picking up the win. And again, his undefeated streak continues here in WCW. The LWO, for whatever reason, seems to have it out for Jey Uso. Next, we're going to see Wes Lee here on Nitro. The young cruiserweight in action as he takes on Austin Theory. Theory looking to pick up another win here in the open mic universe. And Wesley, who we don't see too often, trying to maybe come in here and pick up an upset win. Maybe help his chances to get booked maybe a little more often. Right now, looking very impressive against Theory. Goes for another cover. Only gets a 1 there. Crossbody off the top rope. Now delivering some kicks. But Theory able to turn the tables on Lee. Now Theory going for a cover. He only gets a 2. Now Austin Theory looking to maybe try to get a submission, but Wes Lee fighting out. Knee to the face. Wes Lee misses as Theory able to get out of the way in time. Theory again with a cover. And that will do it. Austin Theory, your winner in this one. This week on Nitro. Up next, we've got the Queen, Charlotte Flair. We saw her last week pick up a big win against Jade Cargill. This week, she's got Natalya. And Jade jumping Charlotte from behind. If you missed last week's Nitro, we talked about Charlotte picking up the win against Jade. Jade was in control that entire match. And Charlotte was able to catch her in the end and get the win. And after that match was over, I don't know, I guess just out of frustration, Charlotte with a little extracurricular work on Jade, and Jade not appreciating that. She gets a little payback here this week. The Street Profits, one of the most decorated tag teams in the entire open mic universe. The bulk of their success coming on the WWE side, but they are former one-time WCW tag team champions since coming over in this past year's draft. And we've seen Montez Ford get in a little extra work in some singles matches, and I guess Dawkins wants to get some too. He's got his hands full here, though, against Big Bronson Reed. Now Reed with the reversal. Dawkins in some trouble here. Oh, man, all that weight going down on Angelo Dawkins. Headbutt from Bronson Reed. Tsunami off the top rope. That's got to be it. You don't really see too many people get up from the tsunami, and tonight, Angelo Dawkins can add his name to the list. Big Bronson Reed picking up the win. It's time for our main event. And this one is going to be for the WCW Cruiserweight Championship. The former champion Ilya Dragunov getting a rematch this week. A lot of people think that his loss at SummerSlam, though, Not without a lot of controversy, as Santos did walk out of SummerSlam, the new Cruiserweight champion. But that came with a little bit of help from Carlito. And in the weeks leading up to SummerSlam, we saw Carlito interject himself not only in Santos Escobar's matches, but also targeting Ilya Dragunov, but I think more specifically that Cruiserweight title. We did find out at SummerSlam that the relationship between these two centered around the return of Santos Escobar's former faction, Legado del Fantasma. It looks like the new WCW Cruiserweight champion has recruited his first member in Carlito. Last week we saw Dragunov and Carlito meet one-on-one in the ring, but I wouldn't call it much of a match, as Dragunov would attack Carlito before the match even started. As Carlito was making his way down to the ring, they would eventually get in the ring. The match would officially start. And from start to finish, oh, here we go again. Carlito coming out, distracting Ilya Dragunov, and of course, Santos Escobar able to take advantage of it. But last week, like we said, zero offense from Carlito, as Dragunov would get a little bit of revenge. But obviously, the ultimate revenge is him walking out of here this week with his Cruiserweight title. Although it's not looking too good for the Mad Dragon. This could be it. Escobar hooks the leg. And once again, with the assistance of Carlito, Santos Escobar is still your WCW Cruiserweight champion. It's time for WCW Thunder. We're going to kick things off this week with tag team action. Already in the ring, Joaquin Wilde and Cruz del Toro. They will be taking on the WCW Tag Team Champions, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, the New Day. In just a little over a week, the New Day will take on the Motor City Machine Guns, the third time that these two teams will meet. The last time being back at SummerSlam, where the New Day defeated the Guns to become two-time WCW Tag Team Champions. At Fall Brawl, these two teams will meet in maybe the most iconic tag match stipulation we've ever seen. TLC. The TLC tag match made famous years ago by the Hardys, Edge and Christian, and the Dudleys. We're going to see how the New Day and the Motor City Machine Guns fare in that style of match. It was actually the champions who suggested this match stipulation, and what will be kind of the rubber match between these two teams meeting head to head. Woods tags Kofi back in. Kofi coming into the ring. I think this is going to do it. It will. The New Day Although it is via countout, they do pick up the win. Like I said, we are just a little over a week away. Tables, ladders, and chairs at Fall Brawl against the Motor City Machine Guns. Next, we are going to see Grayson Waller. He's going to take on maybe one of my favorite guys in the universe out of the underrated guys, Dexter Loomis. We don't see Loomis very often. But if I was Grayson Waller, I would probably be a little bit terrified to be in there with somebody that really gives off kind of that serial killer vibe, horror movie villain vibe that you get with Dexter Loomis. Loomis having his way in the early goings here, goes for a cover. Only gets a 2 as Waller, maybe more out of instinct, able to kick out. Now Loomis continuing the punishment on the man from down under. Now Waller able to get out of the predicament, maybe kind of catching Loomis off guard, going for a quick cover, hooks the leg. And that is going to do it. Didn't look like this was the result we were going to get based on how this match started, but Grayson Waller somehow finds a way to come away with a victory this week against Dexter Loomis.
Making his way to the ring from Kansas City, weighing in.
Up next, we are going to see Baron Corbin. Bum-ass Corbin, as we like to call him around here. He's going to meet the Scottish Psychopath and our WCW United States Champion, Drew McIntyre. Don't really know who Bum-ass Corbin may have pissed off in the back, but I would definitely say that he drew the short straw this week here at Thunder, and right off the bat, McIntyre taking it to Corbin. I know behind the scenes, our guest WCW General Manager Terrence has been trying to pull some strings, trying to maybe influence the officials from WCW to try to give his guy Corbin a chance. And maybe that's why Corbin got this match this week. Maybe if he can show that he can show something against Drew McIntyre, the Scottish Psychopath, then maybe he might earn himself some sort of an opportunity. Well, the way this one's kind of playing out, the only opportunity that he has earned himself is an ass kicking. McIntyre just having his way with Corbin. Gets him up on that top turnbuckle. And I gotta think this is not gonna be good for bum-ass Corbin. Oh man, driven straight into the mat, all that weight. And Drew McIntyre driving down on top of him, and that is it. Drew McIntyre, kind of an easy night at the office, gets the victory here against Corbin.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
It's time for our main event. We are going to see the newest addition to the WCW women's roster, Lyra Valkyria. She's going to meet our WCW women's champion, Raquel Rodriguez.
Women's champion,
Raquel being accompanied to the ring by Dirty Dom. Dom just doesn't seem to be able to get enough TV time. So he shows up here on Thunder to be in Raquel's corner. And Lyra, really right off the jump here, getting the better of our women's champ. This is not the first time that Lyra has had a one-on-one match against the WCW Women's Champion. She did meet Charlotte during the Great American Bash Tour. That one was for the title, this one not. And although Lyra did have a great showing in that one, it was the Queen who would successfully walk out still WCW Women's Champion. And we have not seen anything from Raquel here in this one. It has been all Lyra Valkyria, even with a little bit of distraction from Dom. That wasn't enough. Now Lyra again going, and she misses. Raquel sending Lyra to the outside. Now the champion gets Lyra up. Sends her into that barricade. Now she gets in. Will Lyra, I don't know if she's going to be able to get back into the ring in time. We were already at 9. She will not. Can't say I'm surprised that the LWO would take the easy way out like this. Is what we've come to expect. What? You've got to be kidding me. LA Knight and AJ Styles again. Backstage. We saw last week these two. Again, the hate that has developed and continues to brew between these two guys. They clearly cannot be in the same locker room. They clearly cannot be in the same arena with each other. Last week, it started in the parking garage. This week, back in the backstage area. AJ with a Styles clash on that concrete floor. Now he's going for a chair. Hey, WCW management, something has got to be done with these two. Every week, it's something else. There's got to be some sort of solution. BFT, both men down. Unbelievable. We have got a huge SmackDown for you this week. In our main event, the triple threat match to see who's going to go on to Fall Brawl to take on Bobby Lashley for the WWE United States Championship. Nia Jax and Naomi will meet one-on-one. Gunther also in action. We are going to kick things off with Seth Rollins and his Intercontinental Open Challenge. Last time he did this, Braun Breaker would hijack the Open Challenge. Let's see who is going to step up and try to take advantage of the opportunity this week. And it looks like it's going to be Logan Paul. Logan Paul has been doing a lot of complaining lately. Not feeling that the WWE is properly utilizing him. He's not getting these high-profile matches. He's not getting these title opportunities. Here it is all in one in this one. But all that complaining did was, and we see him here, get the attention of CM Punk. He offered up his services to Logan Paul. If that was a challenge that Paul would like to accept. Then this past week on Raw, we would see CM Punk one-on-one against Ricochet. Logan Paul would come out and cost CM Punk the match. It looks like Punk wants to get a front row seat to Logan's Intercontinental opportunity here. And this one underway, and Logan Paul right off the bat goes for a quick cover. Got to think the fact that Paul cost Punk this past Monday, not going to sit too well with the straight edge superstar. But who knows? Maybe Logan Paul is able to walk out of here the new Intercontinental Champion. And that could create an opportunity for the newly signed CM Punk, as Paul gets tossed into the corner. Rollins with the cover, only gets a 2. Now Rollins springboards and Paul moves out of the way. Now these two trading blows. And it looks like the front row spectator has seen enough. CM Punk returning the favor as he cost Logan Paul the match. This one over by disqualification. Up next, we've got Naomi. She will be taking on WWE's newest addition to the women's roster, Nia Jax. That's Tama Tonga. Tama Tonga looks like he has been attacked in the back. We saw on Raw Tonga Loa was jumped out in the parking garage. We saw it in our main event on Raw as Tama Tonga would leave the match that he was in against Jimmy Uso. He would end up losing that match by countout as he went to go check on his brother. And we know the challenge that The Rock has laid out to Roman Reigns. A tag team match at Fall Brawl, The Rock and WWE World Heavyweight Champion Jimmy Uso versus Roman and another member of the Bloodline. And the way that things are going, Roman, if he does choose to accept that challenge, is running out of potential tag partners. Nia going for the cover here. She gets the 1, 2, 3. Nia Jax, your winner this week on SmackDown. Up next, we've got Gunther.
Making his way to the ring, representing Imperium.
His opponent is going to be Tyler Bate. Gunther, who we saw in the lead up to SummerSlam. His actions ended up causing a match to be scrapped from the SummerSlam card. It was supposed to be a 6-man tag between Imperium and Gallus. After his match with Joe Coffey, he would do further damage to Joe Coffey's knee and put Joe Coffey on the shelf. And because of that 6-man tag match did not take place at SummerSlam. Now we see Tyler Bate going around and around and around, the ring general going for a ride. And now we're going the other way. It's like a trip to the county fair for Gunther. Tyler a little dizzy, but does find the target, hooks the leg. Only a 1 count there. And Gunther able to move out of the way. This could be it for Tyler. And it is Gunther, your winner. As the Gallus music hits. And through the crowd comes Joe Coffey, and he takes out Gunther. Coffey appears to be recovered, and he got a little bit of payback here against Gunther. And now out comes Nick Aldis. And with Joe Coffey back and with Fall Brawl just a little over a week away, Gallus and Imperium in a 6-man War Games match. Wow. It's time for our main event. Sheamus, Braun Strowman, and Randy Orton. One of these three men will go on to Fall Brawl and get a shot at Bobby Lashley and the WWE United States Championship. We've seen these three men compete in singles matches against each other over the last couple weeks. Orton would get a victory against Sheamus. Strowman would also get a victory against Sheamus. Then this past week on Raw, Orton and Strowman would meet one-on-one. The Viper coming away with the victory in that one. Road kick there. RKO from Orton. Now Randy with that kendo stick. It obliterates in his hand. Now Strowman. Looks like Sheamus taking a little bit of a break in the corner. And Braun sending Randy in there to join him. Oh, man. Orton with the cover. Sheamus breaking it up. Braun down on the mat. Sheamus now hooking Orton's leg, but Braun able to stop the count. Another RKO, this time to Sheamus. Strowman breaking it up. Orton covers Sheamus. Braun again breaking up the count. And now Braun Strowman rolling Orton over, hooks the leg. And that is going to do it. Braun Strowman, your winner. And he will head to Fall Brawl to take on that man, the almighty United States champion, Bobby Lashley. As Lashley comes out to face off against his next challenger. And we are just a little over a week away from Fall Brawl. Will it be the almighty one, or one big son of a bitch who walks out of Fall Brawl United States champion?